4,
Three,
3,
two,
2.
1. You are now live.
Former athlete, businessman, model, fashion influencer, father of 3. Don't be a hating ass bitch.
This guy was good.
Thank you for having me, Kobe. This is fun.
Crazy game, stay crazy, sign up. What up, what up, what up? It is your boy, Kobe Nasir Wallace, aka Call Me Crazy, and you are back for another episode of the Crazy Talk podcast. I actually just did some dumb shit, y'all. They said I just did some dumb shit, BTS, behind the scenes. For those of y'all who don't know what BTS means. But this time we got it. We're running. They said we're off to the races. They said tonight I have a jam-packed episode for y'all. And of course I have to welcome on the one and only Crazy Talk podcast co-host, my boy, my man's 50 grand, Noah Tip.
Yo. Dude, this is episode 8, right?
This is episode 8. Yes, this is episode 8. This is episode 8. If y'all have been watching, thank y'all. Like I said, don't be a hating ass bitch. I said that in the last episode. I've been saying that for the last few episodes. Don't be a hating ass bitch, because I will come and get you. And I mean that shit. They said, and if you know me, you know I mean that shit. They said, but tonight, Tip, it's not just us. They said tonight, no, it's not Psy. They said tonight we have a little thing for the ladies. They said we've got the blogs have been blowing up. Reality TV has been blowing up. If you're a guy and you watch reality TV, stick around. You might actually be intrigued by the episode, because we have a lot of good juicy topics and we are diving into the mess. And of course I had to call two of my most favorite people in the world. Yes, I said two. They said not one. Yeah, it's not just 3 of us today. We got 4 people coming on today to talk about this jam-packed juicy topics that we have. And they said, and first I want to introduce, reintroduce. They said reintroduce someone to the Crazy Talk podcast that y'all know, that y'all have heard before, and y'all loved her opinion, so she is back again. Welcome Mickey back to the Crazy Talk podcast. Mickey, welcome. Yes, hi. They said welcome back, and of course, Mickey, you are being joined by someone, Tip, you know. They said, Tip, you know, because we all grew up in those warring dungeons on the campus of Delaware State University, and we forged a great friendship, and one of my favorite people on earth, and I mean that, my good sister. Welcome for the first time ever to the Crazy Talk podcast, Angie. No, I am super excited that not only is Angie on the Crazy Talk podcast for the first time, but that also Mickey is back. And Mickey, tonight we are sponsored by none other than Pharmacy. They said Pharmacy is a business that Mickey she knows a lot about. She has it going on over there, and I'm gonna let her take it away and talk to us a little bit about that. Go ahead, Mickey.
Pharmacy is an affordable luxury brand in beauty, wellness, nutrition, and skincare. And I love it because not only is it affordable and it's luxury,
Right.
but it pays you to buy, use, and sell products that people were already going to use anyway.
Right. So in people, this is not something that can just be purchased. This is something that people can get on board with and make money for themselves, kind of as, another form of income, right? Yep. You were trying to get Angie, you were recruiting Angie before the episode, so I already know her recruiting skills is on 10. So she's going to get the job done when it comes to that. Shout out Pharmacy for sponsoring us tonight. They said, yo, we got a lot to talk about tonight. They said we got a lot to talk about because the headlines have been blowing up. Mickey, you got your wine glass with you tonight? They said because
I sure
is it red in
do.
they said it is red in the glass. I love that for you because tonight we're gonna be sipping a little more than just wine. They said it is like Angie likes to call tea time.
Yes.
Yes, Angie. They said Angie likes to call it tea time, and we're starting right off getting into the mess. They said this is one of Angie's probably favorite topics of the night. They said we are getting into the Love Island of it all, the Huda racial allegations, the couples. We're getting into it. They said, Angie, you're kind of like I said, you're the Love Island aficionado, if you will. They said so. Tell me a little bit about Love Island. Tell me, one, start off with your favorite couple that came off the show, and then we're gonna kind of get into the Huda of it all.
Okay, so this season was what, season 8, I believe, or 7.
Yeah.
My favorite couple was Ace and Shelly, of course.
Okay.
Love them.
What do they call
Down.
each other? Shalace? Was it? What is it?
Yup.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Good God.
I feel like this season it was just so like messy.
Right.
I love the mess.
Yes.
I love it.
Yes.
I freaking love it. And I feel like even though it was messy, it wasn't really like how Love Island was
Right.
before.
Okay.
Like, cause I feel like it was a lot of bombshells coming through, taking people. Huda and Jeremiah.
Okay.
Lord.
Yeah. They said so. You just feel like this cast as a unit, they just kind of overhauled the whole meaning of what Love Island was, and it's kind of like mainstream now. They said
it gave like reality, like
like
it
real
wasn't
reality.
Love Island. Like
Right.
people wasn't really there for love.
Okay.
They was just there to bombshell, get what they want, all of that. Like yes.
And kind of come up off the show. One person who we've seen come up off the show who was kind of a big force multiplier, as they call it in the reality business, during the duration of airing, she was kind of someone who was kind of trending every week. And whether that was a good or a bad thing, she was trending for most of the show's airing period. I want to talk about Huda. You know Huda. She was one of the, as some would say, antagonizers of the show. Is it called? Is that what it's called? Antagonists of the show. They said, and earlier this week, late last week, she was again going viral, but this time for not such a good reason. She was on live with her now boyfriend, Lewis, I believe his name is, who was also a bombshell, right, Angie?
No.
No, Lewis. He's a random.
Like, yes, yeah.
Oh, so she didn't get nobody from the show
Nope.
because of how she acted.
Nope. She played my boy Chris. Even though I knew Chris didn't want Huda, he still wanted Shelly. But people did their little votes and they thought they was gonna be a cute, perfect couple.
Right.
But I see through her. From the beginning.
Talk to me a little bit about the many times that she was kind of accused of having racial micro aggressions, if you will. And
well, I wouldn't say, okay, during the show, it's like she would ask Chris, like, yeah, I'm pretty enough. Ooh. Like, just the way he was talking to Shelly, and she would just have that insecurity doubt, like, okay, like, Shelly got 2 pancakes all the time.
Right.
Chris gave her 1. Or Jeremiah gave her 1, or Jeremiah didn't give her like a full cooked pancake. Like she would get so upset, and like she was just so like
overly aggressive. And do you feel like any of it had anything to do with race at all? Do you feel like she kind of felt that insecurity because Shelly was a black woman and she felt like she just probably couldn't compete on that level?
I don't know. Like, I know she's pretty. Don't get me wrong. It was just the way she carried herself throughout the show. Like certain stuff she used to do when the bombshells came in, it was like she wouldn't give them a chance at all. Right. She would talk junk, but then be like, "Oh, I never said that," but girl, you did. Right. It's on TV. Like you go back and rewatch it.
We're watching it live. Yeah, you said it. So
I don't
it
understand.
that so you think it's more so of an antagonistic spirit that she has, an antagonistic spirit that she has. I want to talk a little bit about her. She got dropped from a partnership with Huda Beauty. Is she's named after the beauty brand, or what's the correlation there? I didn't. Is that her beauty brand? I'm trying to figure out how did she get
That's
dropped
funny.
from Huda Beauty.
Well, Huda got a strong base. Like she have a strong base of fans.
Okay,
Even when she do wrong, they still gonna ride for her.
right,
Like I feel like she should have got like dropped from that. I'm not gonna lie,
right,
cause even we all saw the video.
yeah,
Like you didn't know that number. Why would you answer that phone?
yeah.
And then you're laughing, acting like, huh? Like, wait, what did they just say?
And for
You
those of
should
us
have.
who don't know, the video Angie's talking about right now is the one that went viral over the last weekend. She was seen with her boyfriend Lewis. They were on live, but there was also another person, I believe, on another phone calling in. And he kind of made some racist remarks toward Olandria, which is another black castmate on Love Island. And like you were saying, Angie, she laughed.
Yes.
She laughed. So I kind of want to get your opinion on this, Mickey, because not only are you a black woman, but you are of a darker skinned girl. How would you feel if someone you were working with, because that's a coworker, she's a castmate. If a coworker of yours were allowing not only derogatory remarks like that to be made, but then kind of making light of it, how would that make you feel as a black woman?
It would make me feel like an outcast.
Right.
And of course, not good.
Right.
That doesn't feel good. And then I feel like I don't really have anybody on my side, I guess you could
Yeah.
say.
Right.
That doesn't make it feel better. Mm-mm. I don't like that.
And as and Angie, you're black as well, but you're of mixed race. But you're not white.
Yeah.
They said you're of other minority races. They said so, and but you're also a light skinned female. So as a light skinned female, how do you kind of portray her reaction to the comment that was made? How would you have reacted to that?
It's just like mm, I don't feel hurt, like, cause they was friends.
Yeah.
Like we friends, and we was there, and you used to come to me and all of that. Not only did like she laughed about it, but her fan base was on Alandria before. Like
Right.
her and Shelly, like they
Okay.
was calling them mean black girls and
Yeah.
stuff like that. They was tearing them down. So for her to laugh at that phone call, I would have felt some type of way because like not only didn't just hang up, you should have had my back.
Right.
Even when I'm not in the room, you
Even
should
when
have
I'm
had my
not.
back.
And like you brought up there were kind of instances before where her fan base had kind of been making some of these remarks, and she kind of had the same reactions, if you will. Tip, I kind of want us to kind of get more engrossed in this conversation because it does beg the question. Because Huda isn't black, but Huda isn't white. She isn't of Caucasian descent. So does not being white, does that exempt you from being racist? Does that exempt you from making racist and insensitive ass shitty remarks? Take that away, Tip. I want to know your yeah.
Cody, I mean, you already know how I feel, man.
Yeah.
I mean, people may not know, but like, I feel like if it's fuck it, if it's towards black people, damn near anyone could be racist. Because like, if we talking about like who's the most probably like hated on or shunned upon race in society, and this is across the country, it is black people. We looked at pretty much down upon.
Okay.
So as far as can Huda be racist? Fuck yeah, she can be racist. Like hell yeah.
Okay.
Like and clearly in that moment she slipped up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? She started acting, started rolling up her true colors and shit.
My thing is, but like afterwards, like you saw the video, all of that, but
Right.
now you want to write an apology and then like, oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to do that. I feel like, girl, it's too late.
Yeah.
It's already out there.
The
It's
phony
already-
apology kind of adds on to the bullshit, if you will. Mickey, how would you feel getting a phony ass fucking apology for, first of all, some phony ass fucking behavior?
I don't tolerate that shit. I
Yeah.
don't care how close we was, what we had, type of relationship we had. I don't care. I'm not dealing with that.
And
What
not
you talking
only
about
this
now?
is not the first time,
Yeah.
this the second time.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
So not only are you a repeated offender, it's kind of blatant at this point, if you will. And to
Like,
kind of piggyback off of what Tip was saying there, hell yeah, not being black or not being white for that matter doesn't exempt you from being racist. They said, because I know some Mexicans who are beyond racist. They said, I know some Indians, they're probably the most racist people out there. They said, don't quote me on that. They said, but yeah, I know people who are of minority descent who are fucking racist. I'm just going to keep it a whole bean. They said, I kind of want to change gears here and talk about something positive for black people. They said, since, like you said, we are always seen to be the butt of the joke, but we're also the ingredients in the sauce, if you will. They said, so everything that has been going on.
That was good, Cole. We can't go past that. That was valid.
It'd be the one-liners for me.
He tried to keep it cool.
Yeah, they said I have great analogies, great metaphors. I know I should have been a poet. They said, but everything. I mean, you know me, Mickey. I'm not opposed to being a multi-hyphenate. They said I can.
Period.
You know, they said that's kind of what. Through Christ who strengthens me, amen. They said, that was for you, Tip. They said, everything that has been going on with our alma mater, Angie. If you guys don't know, I don't know if we said it at the top of the episode or not, but Angie is in school currently getting her master's of social work. She has already gotten her bachelor's of social work. They said, so she is an educated queen, as I am an educated black man, and we come from the same alma mater, Delaware State University. They said, and how does it feel being an alumni of the illustrious DSU and seeing all of the good things that is going on for us right now? How do you feel about it? What is your reaction to the First Take episode being shot in our gym, the Deshaun Jackson versus Michael Vick of it all? Are you liking DSU's press run right now? Tip, you can. I'll start with you, Tip, and you tell me how you like it, and then we'll go to Angie.
Sure, I'm all for it. I mean, we was in a group chat, we were texting about it. Like, we was just like, yo, like DSU making moves and whatnot. The First Take, I thought, I mean, from what I saw, DSU definitely brought that energy. You know what I'm saying? I definitely was excited to see that. Like, definitely a smile on my face.
Yeah. When I seen it instantly, I was just like, this is DSU? What the fuck?
This how they supposed to put on for the school. So I like that a lot. And then with the game, I mean, I think that was a classic.
Oh my God. And we will talk more about the game. We will have a breakdown of the game in our next sports episode. So be sure to watch that. But yeah, I mean, it was
to the tail of it, man. It was beautiful, bro.
It was a great game. So do you think this is just the beginning of something bigger? Do you think that this press run is leading us into kind of a new wave for DSU to not only be seen as a top HBCU, but more as like a bigger university? As it is the only HBCU in Delaware. Do you see that on the future horizon for us?
I think so. I truly do. Because I mean, you got the Howards, you got the NCATs, you got the Spellmans. You got all those schools. I mean, we need another Northeast school to really, you know what I'm saying, get on top. You know what I'm saying? I think Delaware is definitely on that rise for sure.
And Mickey, you went to DSU for a year. They said you kind of saw before this preamble. You were there for kind of the preamble of this, if you will. What do you kind of attribute this to? They said, are you liking what's going on at DSU? Do you think that this is an opportunity for something much bigger to come?
I like it for DSU, but I love it for Delaware, just in general.
Right.
I grew up in Delaware. I guess you could say I grew up in Delaware. Yeah, I spent some time in Delaware. Absolutely. And Delaware is a small state, but stuff like this puts Delaware on the map, and I love it.
Yeah, I love it too.
I really do.
I think that is definitely putting us on the map. They said, but it kind of, here at the Crazy Talk podcast, we have conversations that are not only beneficial to us, but to the culture and to the discourse of it all. So I kind of want to ask the question. I don't want to be the party pooper. I don't want to be, or sound like, I'm not happy for all that DSU has going on, or happy for HBCUs. But it seems like HBCUs are getting a lot of attention right now. Whether it be good press, whether it be bad, we're getting a lot of attention. A lot of eyes are on HBCUs. Um, Attending an HBCU, you get to see the many diverse people that are on campus. But it begs the question: should HBCUs be gatekept? Because I think there was a time, and I think that was around the time Tip and guys when we got in college, where you kind of wanted to see more people going to HBCUs. You didn't hear of a lot of people graduating from them. You didn't hear a lot of people going there, and I think that HBCUs made it a point to like take in more kids so that they could have more of a status quo within all of the universities. And Angie, you can attest to this. We went to Delaware State. A lot of
Yeah.
people on campus there are a lot of white people on campus, and majority of them are scholarship athletes, right?
Yeah.
So it begs the question: are a lot of these scholarships being given to white children, or and should they be given to white children? Should we kind of branch out and allow for maybe other people or diverse, because to us that is diverse. To us, allowing white peoples to be in what was historically black, um that's kind of diverse. They said when the point of it was for us to kind of get away from the predominantly white institutions. Angie, I want to ask you first, because we kind of didn't get to ask you about the DSU of it all. How are you liking the way that our HBCU is being portrayed in the press right now? Are you liking this press run? Do you think something big is coming from this?
I think right now their shoe is really putting on.
Yes.
Like we're putting on, we're showing people like more of our let me say like our campus and the way
School
we
spirit. Yep.
like we're doing good. But I feel like they should have had the same energy when we was
When
there.
we was
Like like the connections, like having us, like people come and speak to us, like
yes,
showing us like different majors. Like I feel like they should have been had this when we
absolutely,
was there freshman year. Like I don't
absolutely.
know, but they're really putting on, and I love that
I
for
love it.
sure.
And like I said, they are putting on, and I don't want to be the party pooper or the shit talker, but what are your sentiments on gatekeeping HBCUs? Should we start kind of taking back that power and allowing and being more selective of who we let in?
That's a great question. Um,
They said,
you want
I know
honest?
Tip. Of course, Angie. Of course, I want your honest opinion. They said, if anything, I want your honest opinion. Yes. What do you think?
Okay, I feel like they should. I feel
Right.
like they should. They keep. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like they should. I feel like we came there to be around the people that look like us. I'm sorry.
Absolutely.
Like, okay, we have some whites and some other mixed people. Like, okay,
Sprinkles.
like
Sprinkles
DSU
are
is
great.
very diverse. It's very diverse,
Yeah.
but okay, we supposed to get away from that. Like they didn't want us in they place. So like why come to our place?
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say.
Tip, I know you have a great opinion on this. Take it away.
What?
They said,
Oh what?
take it away. I know you feel that HBCUs should definitely be gate kept. I know you feel that.
I do. Like I really do. I'm not gonna lie, I really do. Freshman year, when we used to talk about that,
Yeah.
baby, we used to get into it. Like,
And
come on, like
when once we started also to see more and more, we're like, okay, he was white,
mm,
but she was white too. Wait, they all white. What the hell's going on here? Is this our lacrosse team? I thought this was HBCU. Where are the black lacrossers? Are there no black lacrossers? They said, Nikki, I want to get your opinion on it all. You did attend two HBCUs. Kind of first give me your perspective at Bowie your freshman year, and then coming to DSU your sophomore year. Did you see a lot of white people at Bowie?
No, I did not.
No. So DSU is, yeah, okay. Yeah. So what are your thoughts on that? Should
I did
should we
not.
gatekeep HBCUs?
Yes, absolutely. We can never have anything.
Okay.
God forbid
Right.
we have HBCUs. Historically black colleges and universities are historically black colleges and universities because they are historically black colleges
Colleges,
and universities.
and they should traditionally stay that way. Right.
And I'm not saying that other races cannot
Tag along.
apply.
Right.
Like, join,
Yeah.
come in.
But gatekeep, when we use the word gatekeep, maybe.
Right.
I mean, maybe.
Be more
You know what I mean?
selective. Be
We
more.
are who we are because we are who we are.
Yeah. And now it's kind of being taken to where those people are having an opinion on what HBCU culture should look like. Tip, what is your opinion on this? Do you think that do you not only think it's changing HBCU culture, but should we gatekeep this? Should this be something for us, by us? FUBU.
So how I look at it is,
Angie laughs at everything.
how I look at it, when HBCU first started coming around, it's for a safe space for black folks. You know what I'm saying? For us to get an education. Do I want a whole bunch of other races coming in? But as long as I feel like it keeps a safe space for black people to get education, not to worry about bullshit, then I'm totally fine with it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's totally cool. So I'm mixed between, like, I don't mind a couple. You know what I'm saying? Like when our first year, it was definitely it was just sprinkles. You know what I'm saying? Little. Yeah, a little dad, right? A little dad. But
sprinkle.
like I said, as long as they keep a safe space for us, then that's all I really care about.
And so, with that being said, I do want to switch gears. I think, like I said at the beginning, at the top of this topic, we should gatekeep HBCUs. I want to make it very fucking clear on what my stance is. They said, because like I was saying at the beginning, we are giving a lot of these scholarships up to white athletes. Where are the black lacrossers? Where are DSU has an equestrian team? Did y'all know that?
What?
Equestrian, horse riding. Horseback riding. Yeah.
I didn't know we had horses on campus.
Know that either. For real.
You know why? Because the horses may look like us, but the people riding them don't. They said the horses may come in brown, but the people riding them are definitely in white. Okay? They said we
Wait, when did this happen though? Like,
we had an equestrian team for a minute. We have a equestrian team. We have a bowling team. Yeah,
I know about the bowling team because I wanted to join.
Bowling. They said, what else we have? Yeah, we have a lot, and a lot of them. You ever see the white girls riding around on campus in the vans? They're going to horses. I promise.
Oh,
I promise. They said
They got them in a van.
Yeah, they got like their own van. They got all that. Yeah.
Yo, DSU gatekeeping.
Gatekeeping the horses.
Shout out to the equestrian team. They said ride horses. They said but switching gears into something a little more that has been kind of blowing up. Angie, me and you are huge fans. Yes, you're a huge fan of Love Island, but we are huge fans of the Real Housewives of Potomac. They said on the Real Housewives of Potomac, they are having a great season. Their season 10 is airing right now. A couple of episodes are out there. If you haven't, go watch the Real Housewives of Potomac so you can know everything that we're about to discuss here, because what we are about to discuss is the Wendy and Eddie Osefo of it all. They said, and if you don't know who they are Wendy Osefo is a businesswoman. She's a professor. She has 4 degrees, an author, best-selling author. Like I said, businesswoman. Her husband, Eddie Osefo, who is a practicing lawyer. He has a Juris Doctorate. They said in Phaedra's voice, get you one of those. They said They said the juror's doctor, and he has this newfound business. He's an entrepreneur as well. He has this newfound business called Happy Eddie. It is a cannabis line, and if you know me, you know I love cannabis. It's one of my favorite things on earth. They said, but this the news has broken. It's been about a week and a half since this news broke, Angie, and the Osefos were arrested in their home and charged formally. Eddie has 9 counts of conspiracy to commit insurance fraud, and Wendy was charged with 8 counts of insurance fraud. You guys know that I already have an article right here ready to go. And this is from NBC News, and the headline reads: Real Housewives of Potomac star Wendy Osefo and her husband arrested on fraud charges. The Carroll County Sheriff's Office said the couple fraudulently reported a burglary and a theft at their Maryland home. Real Housewife of Potomac star Wendy Osefo and her husband Eddie Osefo were arrested Thursday in Maryland after being indicted by a grand jury for allegedly falsely reporting a home burglary and theft. Wendy, 41, faces, oh shit, I was totally wrong, faces 16 charges related to making a false/misleading information fraud and making false statements to an officer. Court records show her husband, who's also 41, faces 18 charges for the same crimes. Attorney information was not listed. A spokesperson for the reality star said she and her husband are back home in good spirits after being released on bond. That's the latest. This is kind of like the early goings of this case. Like, they just dropped this on them. They were arrested in their homes. If y'all could see the mug shots, it looked like someone had peeled her wig back with their fingers. They said she did not look good, and she did not look like she knew that arrest was coming. I really want to talk about this, Angie. They said, because we know Dr. Wendy, we've watched her on the show for the last 5 seasons. Did you see this coming?
Nope, I did not. The way she carried herself, the way her mother don't play that, I was so shocked. I was really
very shocked. And for it to be fraud charges, very shocked. They said Mickey, kind of hearing this, just kind of, hearing the story after, I just read it. What are your thoughts on this insurance fraud? This is like I said, a high-powered attorney and his wife who is remarkably established in the industry of entertainment, in the industry of education. Like I said, she's an author, she's a businesswoman, she's a correspondent. She's one of the few black women who are on MSNBC, who are on CNN, and she's kind of a talking head for the black community, if you will. What are your kind of immediate reactions to this news?
I feel like it's insane, but I don't put nothing past anybody. These celebrities,
right?
Anymore. Like, they all be scamming and stealing, and yeah,
and she
everything is. And what?
I was going to say, and she's Nigerian, but I don't know if that's the right thing to say. Go ahead.
No, that's not the right thing to say.
But Nigerians are scammers.
Well,
allegedly,
that is their
tip.
Reputation. That is their stereotype.
Yeah, they should know. Everybody knows it.
But no,
I'm me and the Hellcat.
Just celebrities in general, though, be scamming their way to the top.
They do,
and we don't even know it.
And we will never know it.
We will never.
They said we will never know a tip. What are you thinking about this information? This is a high-powered attorney and his well-established wife. What is the reason for insurance fraud? They reported a burglary, and allegedly the burglary never happened, and then went to report stolen items on this insurance claim that were not really stolen. So yeah, what are you thinking?
Look, like I say, man, that greed for money, that shit evil.
Yeah,
and that's what you're seeing right there. It's clearly these people are already wealthy, and they just wanted more. Yeah. And they bit the bullet. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. I mean,
it truly is sad. And kind of diving more into it, Angie, me and they have 3 beautiful black children.
Yes.
And they're both of their parents are being now arrested on fraud charges. What could this do to that family dynamic? Like I said, they're both accomplished in their careers. Seeing this is kind of looking at like a fall from grace, if you will. You know,
Yeah, it's like she got 4 degrees, girl. You got
yeah,
four
4 degrees,
degrees.
and that's kind of how
And
her whole personality, right, Angie? That's kind of how she carried
yes,
herself on the show, was that she is so distinguished that she could never be attached to low bottom barrel behavior, kind of like
yes,
this.
she up, like she lift herself up. She
Yeah,
gonna tell you she got 4 degrees,
and to
but
kind of throw some more information in there, Angie, I need to know your thoughts on this. It is also being alleged that some of the items which she reported to be stolen, on the insurance claim, she was seen wearing on red carpet events and on social media after she said that they were stolen. What do you think about that? I mean, talk about dumbass.
that's that is crazy. First of all, that's really crazy. Like, girl, you know they were stolen. Why would you wear that? Like, why would you wear that?
Or you're
That's
alleging them
the
to be stolen.
evidence. That is the evidence right there.
Yes.
You
And
can't even go. You can't even go back and return it, girl. You see, like, it's come on.
and this kind of, a broader kind of topic, which is, are people being too kind of like, what's the word that I'm looking for? Are people kind of being, um on social media, are they kind of taking liberty to kind of portray themselves richer than they are? Are people feeling the pressure, or even celebrities feeling the pressure to kind of be rich, look rich, not be rich, look rich, look a certain type of way? Tip, what's
Yes,
your, oh yeah, you go ahead, Angie.
that's my answer. It's like yes,
Yes.
like you see certain celebrities that have it, like, and you be like, oh, I want that, like I need that, so I have to have that. So you try to go on that level when that's not your level. Stay
Yeah,
in your range. I said, like, stay where you at. You're fine right where you at. And she was fine where she at. She never did that.
yeah, I agree. I think that I'm hearing like a little weird feedback right now. Hold on 1 second. um can y'all hear me? Everybody hear me good?
Yeah, yep.
All right. Yeah, so yeah, what was I saying? The people are portraying themselves to be overly wealthy, to be overly rich, and it's kind of begging the question, if you have to do things that are fraudulent, if you have to do things that are kind of like in the realm of keeping up with the Joneses, you probably shouldn't do it. You probably shouldn't have to what's the word, play it up on the show. Like we said, Angie, this is not who she portrays herself to be at all. Does she portray herself to be overly rich and overly just affluent and wealthy with abundance of money? No. So for me, it never dawned on me that she could be potentially um stunning. She was called a stunt queen on the last episode. Someone called her a stunt queen. So what are your thoughts on that? First, give me your thoughts. Are people on social media? You already said yes. Are people kind of feeling the pressure to portray themselves differently on social media? And do you think that Wendy and Eddie fell victim to that?
Um, I'm gonna say yeah.
Right.
I feel like they should have just stick in their own lane. They was really doing fine. I think he was what, like starting his business, like what I think was like Smell Good something, or it was Whitney. Like they have a lot of income. They was doing very well. Like I
Yeah.
don't understand. You don't have to live up to other people's standards and lifestyles. Like shoot, I know like our generation be trying to do that. Shoot, I don't got that type of money. I'm staying right in my lane. I'm sorry, like I don't know.
And tip, this is us as men. We see this all the time. We see
Right.
motherfuckers who stunt. We see motherfuckers who want to kind of look different. I think that when it comes to the the insurance fraud of it all. This is an elaborate plan to not only defraud someone, but to look or to gain money on the back end. That's like you said at the beginning of this topic. It's the greed. That's greed.
Mm-hmm.
If this
It
is
is.
true and everyone is innocent until proven guilty, but for it to be at the root of it all, money, it sounds like a deeper spiritual, you know, conversation needs to be had within yourself. Um, the next thing I kind of want to talk about it's more of a family thing. They said because this what we saw here with Wendy and Eddie is this is a couple and they made a bad choice and we don't know how they're going to rectify this situation. Like I said, they are innocent until proven guilty. Me and Angie, we will continue watching the Real Housewives of Potomac to figure out how this all plays out. And if y'all want to see me and Angie do some reality recaps, let me know. Cause me and Angie, reality recap, we love reality TV and we love to break it down and really talk about, because like I said, she's a social worker and I'm a social scientist. Okay. They said, so we love seeing
Together we're
all,
messy.
yes, in other words, we are messy. Yes, they said. But the next drama I want to talk about is the Braxton sisters. If you don't know who the Braxtons are one of African Americans' biggest families. They are something near and dear to us, because they are like the all female version of the Jackson Five. They are five sisters from Severn, Maryland, who completely took the world by storm. First, their oldest sister, Toni Braxton, took the world by storm back in the fucking 90s. She's a global superstar. They call her the living legend. Toni Braxton, her sister right under her, who is Tracy Braxton, rest her soul, she is no longer with us. And then Tawanda, and I don't fucking like Tawanda. I'm just say that right now. Starting the I don't like Tawanda. They said, and if you watch the show, you'll know why. They said, and after Tawanda, it is Trina, who sounds like she's from fucking Canada, but she's from Maryland. And then ending it off is the baby of all the sisters, my personal favorite, the superstar Tamar. Yeah, I love me some Tamar Braxton, and she's a Pisces. Can you believe that? They said I believe it. They said, but the drama going on with the Braxtons is something that has been on the Shade Room. It's on site. Twitter has been blowing up. They have been trending for like the last 4 days because they actually, some would say, got into a physical. I didn't think it was as much physical as it was verbal. But they got into a very big sisters spat on the last episode of the Braxtons. Now this family has been on reality TV for like the last 10 years, y'all. They had their first iteration of their reality show, which is called The Braxton Family Values. It ran for about 7 seasons, and now, after the passing of their sister Tracy, they have a new iteration of the show titled just simply The Braxtons. And now we're kind of getting more into kind of like the history of their sister connection, if you will. If you watch the show, Angie, I know you've seen episodes of the Braxton Family Values, so you kind of know that there has always kind of been a tension among these sisters, if you will. So kind of seeing it all come to a head in this last episode was actually, it was disheartening because we all have siblings here. Tip, you don't have siblings, you are an only child, but you are very close to like your cousins, so you know what it's like to have that sibling, relationship. It was nasty, y'all. They said, I'm just gonna get right to it. It was nasty. I mean, Mickey, you watched some of the clips that I sent you, and that was just kind of the bulk of the argument. You had Tamar alleging that her sisters served her with a cease and desist, a cease and desist, as she calls it. But a cease and desist is when basically it's a form of legal process where you're kind of warning or attempting to amend someone doing something of defamatory nature, or stop them from saying something that that shouldn't be said, if it's about you. They said the time of what is it called? The time that she was served the cease and desist, she is saying that this came directly from when she had her niece on her podcast. Now Tamar has a podcast, right, Angie? And on the podcast she brought on her niece. Just flip your phone again, Mickey. And on the podcast um she has her niece who is alleging that one of her aunts
Mm.
husbands was inappropriate with her when she was only 16. And so when the niece came out with this story, now, like I said, the Braxtons are a big family in the black culture. When this news was put out on to social media, it begged the question of, they said, "Yeah, you okay over there, Mickey?" They said,
What? What is happening?
"They said
Is
no
it
for
better
real."
now?
Oh yeah, no, it's good
Yeah.
now. They said it's good now. Um, but yeah, when everything was going on, none of the allegations were corroborated, if you will. No one said this is true. No one said this is false. She just kind of made those allegations, right, Angie? And then we kind of saw the backlash with the cease and desist and everything. In conjunction to the cease and desist, Tawanda, which is why I said I don't fucking like her, Tawanda shoots back at her sister's allegations of Tamar sleeping with one of Tony's ex-boyfriends. Now we know Tony is married right now to none other than Birdman. Big Bird. They said, yeah, Birdman. She's married to Birdman. Tip. Yeah,
I ain't know
Tony
that.
Braxton. Yeah, Tony Braxton. They said, yeah, it's an odd ass couple, right? Yeah. So some people are saying online, the discourse online is basically Tamar slept with Birdman. And if you actually look online and ask Google or ask ChatGPT or ask AI services, it says that Tamar was engaged in a relationship with Birdman from 1995 to I think 2000 it was. So technically, Tawanda, Tamar had him first. They said because we are in the year 2025 and time doesn't work backwards. Okay, so throwing that out there just showed us your slip. You're kind of after your sister. She's bringing up the cease and desist, which could have potentially silenced the episode with her and her niece, and they're just kind of throwing daggers at each other. I want to get into the real nitty gritty of the topic because it's not just about the Braxton sisters. This is about family in a whole. Angie, you come from a lot of siblings. You have a lot of sisters and you have a lot of brothers. How, watching that scene, how did you feel?
I would say that like knowing your siblings and like they want like once you get them mad, they're gonna throw that junk right back in your face.
Yeah.
Like it's really nothing. Like
Yeah.
having a lot of sisters growing up, but not living in like in the same
In the same
house,
right.
but still have that connections. It's like it's annoying.
Yeah.
It's too many personalities you gotta handle, and the way we talk to each other, and then it's like once you get mad, the shit can start coming out, and
Yeah.
it's, oh, she did this, she did that. So it's like I'm used to it. Like I'm used to like siblings arguing back
Right.
and forth. It's like it's normal, and
Because
I
siblings
know
do argue.
that like famous people go through that. Like
Right.
at the end of the day, I know she's gonna take that them papers and rip it up. It's
Right.
like, oh, I love you, girl. I just did
At
that
the
out
end
of
of the
like
day. Yep.
madness. So it's
Yeah.
really lighten
So
with
you're
me.
kind of seeing it as this is, like I said, a sisterly spat. They behind the scenes they'll be over this before we even watch it. But us watching it, like you said, them being famous, it kind of puts it on a larger scale, right? And I can attest, I can agree with you. No one pisses you off like your fucking siblings, man. They said if you have them, then you know. No one can get under your skin like your sibling. Mickey, you have a younger brother. They said when you watched that scene, what was your thoughts?
At first, I was like, damn, like your sister? Like, how could
Yeah.
you do that to your sister? But then, quickly after, I was like, well, I kind of second Angie. Like, you do get into like the worst arguments with your siblings and the
Yeah.
worst,
Yeah.
disputes with your siblings. So I get it. I do think that they'll be cool though.
Yeah.
I do.
Well, as we
Now,
saw over the past weekend, there was a versus between Cash Money and the No Limit Records. We saw Tamar was in the back repping Birdman, repping her sister, and then shortly after they got off of the verses live, Birdman and Tamar, they had Tony on FaceTime, and like the diva she is, she was sitting in her fucking living room with sunglasses on. Like, are you okay, lady? They said sitting on your couch with sunglasses on. Tip, I want to get your opinion. You're another guy, like I said, you don't have siblings, but you have a lot of cousins who you look at as siblings. What do you think of this? Do you think that they could come back from just kind of the vitriol that was spewed? And then I kind of want to talk to you about, should you always forgive your family no matter what?
I mean, as far as what they got going on, like I don't put nothing past family. Like at the end of the day, blood is thicker than water.
Yeah.
Like you have to see these folks on holidays, and people are gonna ask you about how's your sibling doing. So I can only take that as that like they can probably hash this out. And most of the stuff that's probably already said, they probably already addressed.
Yeah.
We just late to it. Kind of how we talked about like that Aisha Curry, the Steph situation. Like we finding out, but they could have hashed this out years ago. Like we don't know. But yeah, like I said, siblings gonna get on your nerves at the end of the day. Like they gonna piss you off. They gonna say things to get. They know you best. They can get under your skin. So it is what it is. I think they can really get past it. I don't put them, like I said, I don't put them past siblings, man.
I definitely think that this is something among all the other fucking disputes that they've had on the show, might I add, right, Angie? I mean, we've seen them argue about almost every fucking thing. So I don't think that this is something that's going to break their sisterhood any more than it already is. But I saw myself in Tamar, right? When she's arguing with her siblings, they're kind of like gaslighting her, and so she's taking it there, in my opinion. And only your siblings can get you to take it there, right?
Exactly.
You know, they, like you said, Angie, they know those secrets, they know those nerves, they know those spots, right? They've grown up with you, and they know what to hit and when to hit it to kind of get you off your game. They said, I want your opinion on this, Mickey. Because I did ask Tip, should you always forgive your family? I know the type of person you are. You are forgiving, but it does take the proper steps to be forgiven. So what is your thoughts on this? Do you think they can come back from this, and how do you look at forgiving family?
I was actually talking to my sibling about this
Okay.
earlier today, and we both kind of just agreed that it depends on which family member you talking about, first of all, and like how far down the family tree are you?
Yeah.
I gotta be honest, and what the situation is.
Yeah.
Because if you ask me, am I always gonna forgive my great aunt or my third cousin? No.
Right.
But my brother maybe,
Right.
depending on the circumstance.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
it could go both ways.
It depends.
Right.
That's a broad question.
Broad question. Angie, I want to direct those questions to you. One, should you always forgive your family? I know, Angie, you're a very forgiving person, but like Michelle, it takes those necessary steps to be forgiven. So do you think that, one, they can get past this, and how is your perspective on forgiving family members?
Okay. I think they could get past it.
Right.
Like, just looking at how me and my sisters, like, especially, like, I think the fourth, no, I'm the fourth, like, the fifth or the sixth oldest, like, how they go back and forth, and then they block each other and say hurtful stuff, and then next day, they on the phone laughing.
Right.
Like, they can get past through it. Forgiving family, no. I'm not big on that. Sorry, like I'm not like
Right.
I don't be like you're my family. I'm picky with my family. Like
Right.
I don't
So
mess with everybody.
you like, blood doesn't have that tie for me. It's my chosen family, right?
Yeah, like I choose the people I mess with. Like no.
Right.
Like I haven't talked to my older sister in forever after that incident.
Right.
She ain't gonna apologize for me.
So you
It's
know
like, whatever.
firsthand. I love Angie. She's she
She
can't help but to
real.
be herself, right?
She real.
Yeah. So like you know firsthand what it's like to kind of have that spat with a sibling and just be like, you know what? I love you for sure, always will, but from over there,
Yeah, just
right? And that's real.
hope you're doing well.
Yeah, that's real. And I think that a lot of people in our generation, because we are all the same age, in our generation are kind of getting hip to that. Just because we got that same vein don't mean that I gotta give you that same, forgiveness when it comes to my pain. There's another metaphor. I wasn't knowing where I was going with it, but then I found it. They said, but yeah, I agree with all of y'all. I think that y'all all brought some very interesting takes and topics. And like they're sisters. At the end of the day, they're going to get over it. They're going to fight again. That's first and foremost. They're going to fight again. And I think Angie said the most very important piece of their relationship, which is they're famous. They're on a reality show. So it's going to kind of be harder for them because they have people like us, the talking heads, commenting on it, so it's like, it definitely will be harder, but I think that this is something all people go through. And I think that that's why reality TV is so important, because it shines a light into not only our homes, but into our family dynamics as Black people. And I think that that's a conversation that we need to start getting more comfortable with as Black people. So yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed this episode. They said, I thoroughly enjoyed the conversations. I thoroughly enjoyed the discourse. But ladies and gentlemen, we have reached the end of this episode 8 of the Crazy Talk podcast. And usually I come up with the names on the fly. When I'm writing it, I think about it and I come up with the name. But tonight we are going to name this episode Huda Bye. Huda Bye. They said, we are done with you and your racist ass. They said, and all the racists out there, you can go bye-bye with Huda. They said, today was November 4th, so I hope y'all got y'all asses out there and voted. They said, I hope y'all got y'all asses out there and
Heavy on
voted.
that.
They said, and the holidays are coming up. Guys, the holidays are coming up. It is about to be a very great time of the year. I want to thank Pharmacy again for sponsoring us. If you need any more information about Pharmacy, you can hit this one down here below me. Her name is Michelle, and her @ is right under her. Coming from my boy Noah Tip, another episode at the Crazy Talk podcast, and I think you're going to be seeing a lot more of this one over here to my right, Miss Angelina. I love talking to Angie because she's so fucking funny, first and foremost. But like we just said, she's so real. And if y'all want to see more reality recaps from me and Angie, let me know. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Don't be a fucking hater, okay? They said don't be a fucking hater, because I will come and get your ass. This is your boy, Call Me Crazy, aka Kobe Nasir Wallace, and we are the Crazy Talk podcast, signing out.